Alliances tighten, smiles grow sharper. As power shifts behind closed doors, every move now carries a consequence. Yoon Seong is talking with President Choi Young-chan. Their conversation starts casually, almost human. He often helps with technology, small everyday matters, and they have found the time to talk often, like two people exchanging simple thoughts beyond titles and authority. The president, in a friendly tone, invites him to a formal dinner, a table where all of South Korea's top economic figures will gather. Yoon Seong knows every invitation is a test of power. Meanwhile, President Cheon and Steve Lee play a dangerous cat-and-mouse game. No one trusts the other. Cheon, cold and calculating, tells his assistant that once they take all of Steve Lee's money, who is actually Jin Pyo, they will kill him. For Cheon, people have no value. They are just pawns, discarded once they've served their purpose. Amid this dark intrigue, a simple human moment appears. Yoon Seong's mother sends Kim Nana a handkerchief, embroidered with her own hands. A gift of love, a symbol of maternal care, something pure in a world full of filth. At the dinner with the economic leaders, the atmosphere is tense. And then the father of Yoon Seong appears, as Steve Lee. President Cheon freezes. For the first time, he loses control. He doesn't know how to react as they are formally introduced. Kim Nana, the president's bodyguard, sees him and immediately worries. Her instincts scream danger. As everyone sits pretending to enjoy their meal, a strange noise rings out. Tension shatters. Gunshots fire toward the president. Without thinking, Kim Nana leaps in front of him. She becomes a shield, not out of duty, but from her character. It turns out the shots were just paint, psychological warfare, and the only person unmoved, not for a second, is Steve Lee. The gunfire, panic and screams, all part of a psychological game he orchestrated. He continues eating slowly, calmly, almost with pleasure, as if nothing happened, as if no one was ever in danger. For him, this isn't chaos, it's control. Kim Nana hands the handkerchief to the president. He freezes. It's exactly the same. Later, he asks where she got it. She hesitates, saying it was a gift from a lady. She doesn't know what to say. Something inside her is blocked. She calls Yoon Seong's mother and asks if she can say her name. The answer is clear. No. Kim Nana starts to wonder, could these people be more connected than it seems? And then, the bomb drops. Yoon Seong has lived his life shaped by two father figures, unaware that a third one exists. His biological father, President Choi Young-chan. The revelation is shocking. Everything suddenly makes sense. This is why President Cheon threatened President Choi, because he knew his weakness. Yoon Seong's mother. Cheon had offered her money to not give birth. She refused and gave birth to her son, the son of President Choi. Kim Nana meets prosecutor Young Ju. He tries to apologize. She cannot accept it. She just asks to pretend they don't know each other. She understands he is not responsible for his father's actions, yet the pain remains. Kim Nana collapses. Her body cannot take it anymore. She loses consciousness, momentarily abandoning all the pain she carries. Se-hee calls Yoon Seong. He doesn't think, he runs. He scoops her up and carries her home, laying her down gently, afraid even his breath might break her. As she sleeps, helpless to hear, Yoon Seong breaks down. He confesses his love, in a low, almost broken voice. He wanted her to leave, to push him away, but he cannot bear it. It hurts. Every word is a wound. He wants her happy, more than anything. Yet the thought of seeing her with someone else terrifies him. Each moment next to her is danger. Yoon Seong is trapped between the love that keeps him alive and the self-destruction awaiting him. If he stays, President Choi meets Jin Pyo. The atmosphere is heavy, full of the past. He asks for time, not as a politician, but as a man carrying guilt. He promises to reveal the truth about 1983. Jin Pyo does not waver. His gaze is frozen, empty of patience. For him, revenge is not just a goal. It is life itself. Nothing, no apology, no truth, no time, can stop him now. President Choi confronts President Cheon, two men with power, but from entirely different worlds. Cheon speaks coldly, calculating. He pressures him to support privatizing healthcare. For Cheon, health isn't a right, it's a commodity. Choi will not allow it. His voice is steady, fearless. He declares he will reveal the 1983 incident. Then Cheon's plan is complete. Jin Pyo falls into the trap. Cheon's professional, cold-blooded men invade his house. A battle erupts. The house becomes a war zone. Chaos. Anger. Years of hatred explode in seconds. Yoon Seong runs. He doesn't think. He runs to save the man who raised him, revealing himself as City Hunter. Lines between father and son, savior and executioner, love and revenge, vanish. Nothing will ever be the same. Yoon Seong saves his father, bloodied but alive. Then a call. Kim Nana has been kidnapped at a marine park. Yoon Seong abandons everything and runs to save her. The Cheon operative forces him into handcuffs and beats him mercilessly. Pain strikes not just his body, but his pride. Yet he endures. He strikes the operative, unlocks himself, and races to her. When he reaches her, all pauses. No enemies remain, only hearts beating together. Kim Nana, tears in her eyes, says she will always wait. She cannot bear to see him struggle alone. She wants to face the dark days together, hand in hand. Yoon Seong trembles, asking her to wait, not as a promise but as a plea, just a little time to finish his mission and come back to her. Yoon Seong takes the man who kidnapped Kim Nana to his house, bound, broken. He leaves him with Sik Jung to watch him, to keep him alive. In Hui Kyung's company, Cheon faces ruin. Banks begin bankruptcy procedures. Cheon loses control. Doors slammed, help denied. Behind every door, Steve Lee waited. Finally, Cheon falls to his knees, pleading. Too late, Steve Lee does not forget, does not forgive. Cheon calls President Choi, unaware Choi is fishing with Yoon Seong. Yoon Seong hears everything, and a small smile forms. Justice begins to balance. Yoon Seong has already planned his next move. He secures 51% of company shares and gives them to the employees. Their joy erupts. Finally, someone protected them. Cheon attempts to flee Korea. City Hunter stops him. Young Ju receives his briefing, fully armed, but he underestimates City Hunter's ingenuity. Yoon Seong sends a message. Anyone who wants to meet me, wear a mask and come. The crowd gathers. Dozens, all masked. Young Ju, enraged, orders arrests. City Hunter leaves Cheon with the 1983 military IDs around his neck, as a mark, a condemnation, and walks away. Young Ju pursues, tires shot, forced to dismount. Every movement shows obsession with justice, adrenaline fueling him. City Hunter remains calm, swift, reclaims control. When young Ju pulls down his mask, the truth is revealed. Both show passion, fear, and an unyielding will to protect what they love. Power never rests, and neither does the game. If you enjoyed episodes 17 to 18, like the video, subscribe for more, and stay tuned for what comes next.